Our Prison Break Series 1 replay continues at midnight. First of 5, a man who has fought for his beliefs in the face of skepticism and sometimes ridicule. Our late documentary asks David Icke, was he right?
The world as we know it is about to end. The world as we know it is about to end. David Icke.
The greatest form of control is where you think you're free when you're being fundamentally manipulated and dictated to. One form of dictatorship is being in a prison cell and you can see the bars and touch them. The other one is sitting in a prison cell but you can't see the bars, so you think you're free.
What the human race is suffering from is mass hypnosis. We are being hypnotized by people like this. Newsreaders, politicians, teachers, lecturers.
We are in a country and in a world that is being run by unbelievably sick people. And the chasm between what we're told is going on and what is really going on is absolutely enormous.
The greatest hypnotist on planet Earth is a oblong box in the corner of the room. It is constantly telling us what to believe is real.
If you can persuade people that what they see with their eyes is what there is to see, you're gone. Because they'll laugh in the face of an explanation that portrays the bigger picture of what's happening. And they have.
Let me get the story right. The press claim that you claim to be the Son of God.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
Yes, you see, the thing is that it's quite funny, really. You know.
Well, if you say David Icke to most people, what will come to mind, those of a certain age, will be, that was that bloke on Wogan. And it was an interview that changed my life. I couldn't turn the television on and hear my name mentioned without enormous laughter. I couldn't walk down the street without being laughed at by most of the people. Going into a pub, forget it, there was uproar. Hey, mad! It was an extremely challenging time, but it turned out to be the making of me in many ways. And Pam here has never seen it at all, because it was not known to her until she came and met me and started to realise this interview was highly significant in my life.
Every day. Was it a great shock for you to discover this at 38?
Well, I think the...
Oh, nice one, Tel. Let's take the piss.
I'm delighted that there's so much laughter in the audience tonight.
But no, it's a...
Yeah, now's the great line.
Just let me say this.
They're laughing at you. They're not laughing with you.
Fine.
For me, watching that, I find it really painful to hear an audience laugh at anyone. There was something so powerful for me in watching what you were saying. It resonated true with me, and for people to laugh hurt me greatly.
And these other energies have a frequency.
I remember one day going out to fetch the washing in, and there was a camera outside filming you just getting the washing in off the line and bringing it in up to the house. And people shouting from the top of the scaffolding, "Oi, nutter," "Oi, Jesus," or "Where's your Bible," or whatever.
Your family's this, your dad's mad, blah, blah, blah. Whatever the headline was that day, you know. You'd walk around and you'd hear laughing and stuff like that, and it got to the point where you realised that it was because of you. You knew that, you know.
I can remember Gareth coming home one day and saying, some boy had said, "Your dad's mad." So Gareth said, "So's yours." And this boy said, "But you don't know my dad." And Gareth said, "Exactly."
The hardest thing for me about the whole business that followed the Wogan show was the effect on my family. They were being laughed at, they were being ridiculed, they were being followed to school by journalists and stuff like that. But when I look at my kids now, not Jamie, he wasn't around at the time, obviously, but Gareth and Kerry, they are what they are, as we all are, not despite what had happened to them and what they experienced, but because of it. What life tends to do is hide its greatest gifts and present them as your worst nightmare. The mass ridicule that I had as a result of the Wogan show set me free of the prison that most people live in, which is the fear of what other people think. You're looking at the person who has gone on national television and radio in Britain, America, and talked about the fact that the elite families, including the royal family, are beyond the 5 sense level of their apparent human body, not human as we would perceive human. And they seem to take on that level beyond human sight a reptilian form. Now, if you are in any way in fear of what other people think of you, no way, Jose, are you going to start talking and writing about those things. Let me say this.
They're laughing at you. They're not laughing with you.
Fine.
Laughing at you. They're not laughing with you. They're not laughing with you.
Fine. Towards the end of 1989, I started getting this feeling to go to Peru. So purely on intuition, I got on a plane to Peru. I'm daydreaming, looking out the window. It's like a transit van thing with windows. Suddenly I saw this mound. And as I looked at the mound, all I got in my head was, come to me, come to me, come to me, come to me, over and over. I'm thinking, that mound's talking to me. What's happening? I walked up the mound, and when I got to the top, there was a circle of standing stones. And I walked to the center of this circle, and suddenly my feet started to burn. It's like I'm plugged into the mains. I mean, I'm kind of shaking. And then I heard this line go through my head really clear. First of all, they will be talking about this 100 years from now. And secondly, it will be over when you feel the rain. And then the rain hit me, and it was like, boom, off. I was never the same again. What started to happen was concepts were pouring into my mind. It was like my mind got to the point where it could no longer filter this information that was pouring into me. And that was the period that I hit the Wogan show.
Happy birthday, darling.
Thank you.
First off, I'd like to give you your birthday card. I didn't fall in love with David Icke. I fell in love with a man. I was on a journey myself. My life took me to Jamaica in 1997, August, to a conference, and it was there that I heard David Icke speak about the 5 sense understanding of the manipulation. And I, like 1,000 other people at that conference, listened to that, and it absolutely, you could hear a pin drop during this 4-hour talk. It was only 3 months later when I met David again in Aruba in 1997. And the rest is history, really. When we held hands, I felt like I was flying.
Is it the right way up?
Yes.
What is it?
Ooh, St. Helens Station.
Oh, only what? Ivan Berryman, fantastic artist on the Isle of Wight.
That's the one. Brilliant. Good shape, Jamie. Hey, that's excellent, mate. Class. I was a real loner as a kid, and I always believed that things in life that I wanted to happen happened to other people. I used to play football in the playground at my primary school. We used to call it uppers and downers. I saw this thing on the door of the school one day. Anyone wants to try for the school team, put your name down. Never thought about it. No way. So I was walking home one night and this kid's running after me. Hey, Icke, Icke, Icke. Teacher wants you to have a trial tomorrow. So I went home to my father. I said, I've got a trial for school team tomorrow. God, mate, it's happening to me. Nothing happens to me. And I got in the team. I played in goal and I did all right. Got seen by an Arsenal scout. And in the end, I signed for Coventry City. Smack it. Get it. Ooh. Unlucky. Anyway, and then 6 months after I became a footballer at Coventry, my left knee swelled up for no apparent reason. And that was the end of my football career. But I still love the game, and it's just been a wonderful thing for me. Amid all the other stuff that's gone in with my life, one of the great backbone balancing parts of it, grounding parts of it has been coaching Jamie and seeing a boy who knew nothing about goalkeeping at the age of 7 to become a really excellent, outstanding goalkeeper at the age of 13. All right, mate. All right, Jay. Well played, mate. Same again. Where's she gone? Do you want a cup of tea, Lynn? Cup of coffee? They'll take 20 quid.
You're on camera, then.
I'm always being turned down by women. You never lose it.
Is that the only pocket money you've got?
I know.
Sad.
This is Linda, who was my wife. What was it? 29 years, mate, wasn't it?
It was.
29 years, and we're still best mates. And she runs the book company. You know, Lynn's been in on this from the start. She was here when I had my turquoise period and my transformation from sports presenter to whatever the hell I become.
A lot of people would be amazed that an ex-husband and wife are still best mates.
That is something that I've had said to me many years. They don't, because it isn't the norm. The norm is that I wouldn't speak to him again and he wouldn't speak to me. That's people's reality. That's not our reality. We make our own reality.
Yeah, see, the reality that we're coming from, and you know, I try to get across to people is, see, things like husband and wife. What is that? What is that? It's some label that at some point in history somebody decided it was going to be, okay, and that you can only have a close relationship with someone if you're husband and wife and you share the same bed. This is all bollocks. It's all programmed, tiny vision of possibility bollocks. It's what you are that matters, not what some label kind of tries to pin on you, isn't it? When you go through your life and you look back, if you have followed your intuitive feelings, you'll see that what appears to be individual experiences become like a road that's leading you into a certain direction. Certain things have led me to where I am now. I went into journalism, which gave me the ability to write simply. I went into television, which meant that when I came out with this stuff, wouldn't just be completely ignored. So all these things, when I look back, are coincidences that actually are more than that. They've allowed me to get where I am now. Well, on my shelf I've got the books that I've written so far, and it's kind of funny when I look through them and have a look again, I'm always amazed that I ever produced them. But it all began with Truth Vibrations, and that was the one that caused all the furore on the Wogan show and all that time. And what's happened over the years is there've been more and more interest in what I do from countries all over the world. And so these are some of the translations of my books. This one's in Japanese. I haven't got a clue if it's accurate or not. I don't understand a word of it, but I trust that they got it right. There's me. I wrote a book called I Am Me, I Am Free, also, in which I was stark naked on the front. It's a testament to different attitudes, to the fact that I can be naked in some countries, I have to have a sticker in others, and in still others, I have to have shrink wrap around the book so the sticker can't be taken off. And, you know, it's a big sticker.